Do you like Mexican food? I do, and I have some friends coming later. We're going to have a Mexican theme party, so I'm going to show you how to do super easy and delicious chicken tacos. Follow me! Alright, so my friends are on the way, and here I have chosen already the recipes I'm going to make today. I'm going to make Tinga de Pollo, you know, those chicken tacos. I'll explain what tinga means in a second. Guacamole, cantina salsa, and carnitas. And of course, I'm going to do frozen margaritas, and I'm going to try for the first time jalapeno margaritas. Ooh, it's going to be fun. Because I already put it in my phone, I can go to the recipe, Tinga de Pollo, and because I chose it in the app, it's waiting for me right here. You see, the same recipes I had on the phone are right here, and I'm going to choose the tinga, and here we go. So I had to look it up. A tinga is a recipe that is shredded meat. In this case, we're doing tinga de pollo, which is shredded chicken, but it could have been pork or beef. Now with that chicken later, you can put it in tacos, you can put it in tostadas, you can put it in many dishes. All right, so let's go and do it. It's asking for 7 ounces of panela cheese, and it explains that it is Mexican fresh cheese. Or if you don't have that, it's asking for feta. But I do have the Mexican cheese, and I'm going to cut it until I get to 7 ounces. All right, so you see we're at 0 here? It says in pieces. All right, so I'll put some pieces here. 1.4, okay. I need way more. 7, oh wow. Alrighty, so this one goes to the fridge. Next, and now it wants us to cover it. And it's saying 10 seconds, no temperature, we're not cooking right now, and speed 5. You see the shaded thing here? Let's go for 5. Grating. All right, that was grating, and let's see what we got right here. Ooh, here we have grated cheese. We're going to use it later when we have the tostadas, and we're going to put it right on top. So right now it says transfer into a bowl and set aside for serving. I could put it in another bowl, but I'm not going to do that because I have more than one Thermomix bowl. So I get an empty one and I put it right here, and I don't need to stop. This one I'm gonna set it aside, and when we're done cooking, we'll use it. So next, it says clean mixing bowl. See, I'm not going to do that because I'm using a new one. A lot of people ask why it's good to have 2 bowls. That's the answer right there. One of the answers. You want many more? I have a video about it actually, right here. All the advantages of having 2 bowls. But anyway, let's keep going. 10.5 ounces of onions, quartered. I didn't prep the onion because I want you to see how easy it is to cook with Thermomix. So I am not prepping. I am showing you all the steps, okay, from scratch. So I'm just gonna cut a piece. Of course, I do have to peel it. One's 10.5. Let's see what we have so far. 3.4. Okay, I don't know how much 10 ounces is, but I just keep adding until I get there. If you have chosen a recipe that was in grams, it's the same thing. What's 10 grams? What's 100 grams? You don't know, but hey, just put it there and check it out. 5.8 ounces more. 8.2. Wow, it's gonna be the whole onion. 10.9. Well, it wanted 10.5, so 10.9 is gonna work. Alrighty. Now it says next, 1 ounce of vegetable oil. 1 ounce coming up. Same thing. I'm just pouring until I get to the weight. And right now, because it's going to get very hot, it wants us to add the splash guard. So we always cover it with a regular lid. And now I'm going to add the splash guard. You see the picture right there? So I'm putting it right here. You see these 2 little things? These 2 are gonna help. So when the arms lock, I'm not gonna be able to take a peek. But at the same time, the recipe is going to be able to breathe and not make a mess over here with the oil. Very hot oil. So I did it, and now I say done. And now it's telling me, all right, 12 minutes, maximum temperature, and this is just a mode. All I have to do is just do once, and it's going to saute. You see how it locks? And it starts sauteing. I have 12 minutes that I'm not going to spend in the kitchen, so I'm going to get rid of this because I'm gonna keep a clean kitchen the whole time. A lot of people tell me, oh, I don't need a Thermomix because I already cook. And I tell them, well, you do use the stove, right? Imagine that this was in the stove right now. All I'm going to do is leave it in the stove. I'm not gonna worry about anything. There's gonna be like an extra hand moving it every so often. Not me. If I love cooking, I could use my time in something else, like the dessert, salsa, a side, anything, right? And if I don't like cooking, you know what I do? Bye-bye. See you later. All right, I'm back. Hey, thank you for calling me, by the way. Alrighty, so we go to the next step, and we go 10 ounces of tomatoes quartered. It smells really good already. You've been cooking, huh? Thank you. So let me show you. We sauteed the onions, and now we add the 10 ounces of tomatoes. Now the tomatoes I did prep. Why? Because I have to wash them, and I can't do that here in my studio, and I had to take that little part out, so I didn't want to have you waiting, right? But anyway, 2 tomatoes. Come on, it took me a second, okay? 10 ounces coming up. We're going to cover it again. And it's going to go 5 seconds at a speed 5. So I'm guessing it's going to chop. Yes, chopping. Blast off. All right. Always remember, this is a studio, not a real kitchen. That's why my table is a little flimsy, but on your kitchen, it doesn't move, okay? So we're going to scrape down. Whoa! Alrighty, so remember we had sauteed onions and now with tomato all chopped and looking beautiful. Smelling amazing. It wants us to go with the spatula and just scrape down the sides because we need everything on the bottom. We're going to cook it all in the bottom. Okay, what else do you need? 2 heaping teaspoons of homemade chicken stock paste. Well, coming up, homemade it is. I made it with my Thermomix. There's a vegetable stock recipe, chicken stock, beef stock, every stock, and I like putting it in the freezer. You see, this is all frozen, and I cover it so it doesn't get freeze-dried, ugly look, right? I'm going to put 2 of them. You see, it comes like a cube, and another one, and now it's going to be super tasty and super healthy. I didn't use any of those bouillon or bottles that you don't know what's in them. And 36 ounces of boneless, skinless chicken breast in pieces, like an inch and a half. Okay, so yes, I did that before I came here. That I did prep, okay? I cut chicken. Now, Thermomix can cut for you, but it will do like ground beef and things like that. If you want to cut it in squares or chunks, then you need to do it yourself. It's okay, right? But you're gonna see the last step. Stay with me. You're going to see how it shreds in 4 seconds. That it can do. All right, so let's add this. And 1 ounce of piloncillo in pieces. Well, I had to look what that is. Piloncillo is brown sugar. So here we are, 1 ounce. Yes, in Spanish we have different words depending on the country, right? I'm from Spain and I didn't know what tinga was, what piloncillo was, but hey, I look it up. All right, and 1 to 3 ounces of canned chipotle chilies. So here's the can that I bought in adobo sauce. And this is also part of the tinga. When I looked it up, it's a shredded recipe and it has that spice of the adobo sauce and the chilies. We're going to put 1 to 3 ounces. All right, 1.5 maybe, or 2 actually. 2, all right, perfect. That's what we wanted. You know what, no, I want a little bit more. My friends like spice. My husband does and my friends do. I'm going to put a little bit of that liquid too. Oops, 3. Let's stop right now. And 2 dried bay leaves. If you want, go ahead and put it. I'm not going to do it because later the recipe is going to ask me to remove it. And I hate looking for that bay leaf that cut in pieces and I can't find it anywhere. So you know what, Thermomix? In this case, I'm not going to do what you asked me to do. Now it wants us to cover it again. It wants a simmering basket on top so it can breathe. And 18 minutes, 212 Fahrenheit, and the speed is 1. Again, 0.5 to 1 is kind of like a spoon moving constantly. What I told you before, right? This is your stove, and that speed 1 is your hand going like this for 18 minutes. Bye-bye. Alrighty, and it's calling me again. Let's see. Alrighty, remove and discard bay leaves. No, I'm not going to discard the bay leaves because I didn't put them in. Next, and it wants us to insert the measuring cup. Okay, so we are done with the cooking part. The chicken is a little shredded, but that's because of the cooking and moving around, right? So let me show you. I think I'm gonna have to take a picture so you can see it. I have big chunks of chicken. And it's already cooked and it smells amazing. You see it right here. But we want to shred it, right? We were talking about that. So we have Mexican families buying the Thermomix just because of this part. The fact that it can shred chicken or any meat really in 4 seconds. So let me bring everything down. Let me cover it again. And it's asking us for the measuring cup because it's going to shred and I don't want to redecorate my ceiling. If I didn't cover it, it will go. We're going to go next. You see? 4 seconds. At a speed 4.5 and the blades are in reverse mode. All right, so let's go for it. 4.5, shredding. 4, 3, 2, 1. That was it. Okay, if you want to shred it more, you can do it more, okay? So let me show you the first difference. And wow, right here, shredded chicken in 4 seconds. So that's what I was telling you. People that shred a lot of chicken, they really can appreciate this mode. They buy Thermomixes just because of this. Shredded chicken. Very, very shredded. And if I want it a little bit more, all I do is put it here. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do another 4. Why not? Actually, no. Let me do only 2 and go again. That's it. All right, and here I have a serving bowl. Isn't it cute? This one is insulated, so it keeps food hot or cold for 2 hours at least. They say 3, but I'm telling you 2 for sure, okay? And here we go. All right, let's put it here. And by the way, a lot of people tell me, oh, that bowl is not big enough for my family. This will feed at least 10 people. Many times I have done 15. If you look at the recipe, it's asking for Mexican tostadas. It's asking for 18. So let's say that the recipe is assuming, all right, 18 Mexican tostadas, 2 tostadas per person, that's 9 people. I'm telling you, I had bigger parties with just 1 batch and I was feeding all of them. It's a lot. I mean, if you think about it, when you have a taco, you're putting this much meat, right? Like this much or this much, and that's it. That's already one taco. Still more. You always bring everything down first, and then you go around the blades like this, and then scrape, 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 and bring it down here. Wow, that's a big plate. I did it more spicy because I put more adobo. All right, so we are ready to eat our tostada. Now, how do you do that? My friend Anna taught me how to do that. You grab the tostada, then you're putting some shredded chicken over. I'm going to drain it very well because I don't want the tostada to get soggy, right? So I'm going to put the chicken here, a little bit more. That looks good. Then, oh, now I don't remember. Was it the sour cream or the cheese first? Okay, well, I'm gonna put the sour cream now. If it's wrong, can you please put it in the comments, please? Thank you. All right, so we have the sour cream. And then, remember the cheese that we prepared at the beginning? You can put it in a nice bowl for a nice presentation. But now, I'm just going to get some of that cheese and I'm going to put it right on top. Ooh, this looks amazing. Now, look at my serving bowl. I just put one tostada and it didn't take a hit. You see? There's gonna be a lot of tostadas coming out of this one. Okay, so there you have it. Chicken tostada or chicken taco or chicken anything that you want. Maybe put it inside a quesadilla, I don't know. But you and I made a tinga de pollo together. Now, if you like this recipe, I have tons of recipes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and tons of recipe ideas. You see this one, for example? If you want to do a Mexican theme party, this video will help you with ideas. So yeah, browse around my channel and see what else you can learn. If you have a Thermomix, you'll be able to be cooking with me. And if you don't, and I got you curious, you have my link in the comments. It gives you more information. It gives you the chance to book a free session with me so we can talk about your needs. Or you can also find a free shipping link to place an order if you were ready. Either way, I hope that you enjoyed the video and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.